Now, for many New Zealanders, the lockdown was spent indoors, Zoom meetings, push-up challenges, and of course, lots and lots of baking. However, the reality for many of our Pasifika people was highlighted by a South Auckland student whose Instagram post went viral this week. Joining us to talk about her post and the issues she raised is Ainganga Lefili Fepuleai Tapua'i. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
So, first of all, with your post, it is quite powerful. It points to a few issues in our Pacific community. What motivated you to write this?
I think what motivated me the most is when I went back to school and I saw the real life effects of what had happened during lockdown. I think a lot of us had a lot of anxiety of what it would be like because what we were seeing in the media wasn't exactly representing the reality of our lives. And so what motivated me the most was probably the fact that our youth deserve to be seen. I knew that there was a lot of people who followed me who could relate. And so I really tried to bring that across in my post because being from South Auckland, being Pasifika youth, we deal with a lot of negative media representation, which I feel has a really big effect on how we view ourselves. And so I really wanted to say, well, we don't have to depend on the media, we can use our own voice and our own platforms. And that was a bit sad that it took a 17-year-old on an Instagram post for it to be brought across. I'm happy that the discourse has been made, that it's opened up the discussion to be further continued.
Yeah, and of course, you know, the overall theme of your post is really pointing out those inequalities. And like I said before, you know, for most during lockdown, it was a happy time with family, lots of baking, doing TikToks. But that's not so for some Pacific families. What was the reality of what you saw with you and your peers and what you went through during lockdown?
Well, I think our Pacific community is so good at finding the joy and the struggle sometimes. And I think that even though there were times where we could bake and we could laugh and we could enjoy family time, I think underneath that there was a very real fear of what would happen to us in terms of financial situations, in terms of going back to school. I know that a lot of my friends were working really hard during level 4, even as supermarket workers, and then level 3, working at McDonald's, that type of thing. And it's like, I think for us, the lockdown was a very big eye-opener for some people, and for others it was just a reality check that we have a lot that needs to be done, especially for our youth, and trying to really take care of their mental health, really make sure that they feel safe and they feel supported, and that's really what our lockdown was like for us.
Yeah, and you know, it's beautiful, the words that you use is really the reality of what you and your peers and your families have gone through. Some people, you know, you speak about students having to leave school and not going to school because they have to get a job and help your parents support the family, so that's the sort of reality. This post has also touched many, many hearts. It's got lots of engagements online. You know, it was even picked up by a Green MP. What do you think about the reaction of it?
I think I'm grateful that those in power have seen it, that it's reached audiences outside of my own personal bubble. But I think that that's really powerful, and I'm really happy that it has gone that way, because these issues are often seen solely as political issues. But people tend to forget that there's people behind these issues, and they're issues that are way bigger than party politics, way bigger than politics itself. So I think I'm really grateful for the response, even grateful for the constructive criticism that has come out of it. So I think that's really important in how we move forward. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and you know, you speak about politicians. What would be the main message? I guess you represent a Pacific youth voice. What is that message to people in power, to politicians? What would you like to say to them?
I would say really listen to the youth that you come in contact with, but also with the youth that whose voices may not be in the rooms that you're in, may not be in the conversations that you're having. I feel if we're not including those who are hit hardest, the minorities who are hit hardest in the conversation, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in that space that we are kind of ignoring. And so I think for politicians, it's really important that we listen to the youth. Because though I acknowledge that I'm a young person and I have a voice, I'm not the sole voice. I know that there's so many of us who feel the same way, who can speak up and do the exact same things. And it shouldn't just be one post and then everyone forgets about it. It shouldn't be just me having to bring this up. And to be honest, it shouldn't be the youth that need to bring up these conversations that are really hard to have. I think supporting our youth, especially in such a time full with anxiety and making sure that their mental health is okay, is really important. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
looking
that's
to
my
those
message.
leaders to make those decisions on your guys' behalf. I mean, of course, lastly, you know, you're part of a collective for the culture, a group of people who are challenging people about climate. Just quickly tell us
Yeah.
about that group.
Yeah, so For the Culture is made up of high school students from South Auckland schools who come together, and we really focus on
There they have
how
it.
climate change affects the Pacific Islands. And so that really plays into COVID-19, you know, being affected climate change. We just had Cyclone Harold, and I think that really also plays into the mental health of our youth, because they have to deal with all these different issues at the same time on top of working. So it's kind of like they deserve to have a say in what the decisions this country makes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, beautiful, beautiful words and a meaningful message this morning. Whawhataitele Lava for
Thank you
joining
so
us.
much.
Thank you so much. Well,